Tēnā koutou katoa. Today, the fourth Sunday of Lent, we celebrate Laetare Sunday. Laetare, a word meaning rejoice. And we have the parable of the Prodigal Son. It's a parable we're so familiar with. But I want to go back first to the garden, to that time after Adam and Eve ate of the fruit. And they hid their nakedness from each other and from themselves because they were ashamed, and then they hid from God. But God called out to them, "Where are you?" And this is the nature of our God. He's always searching us out. He's always looking for us. When they came out, when they told their story, when they realized what they had done, the Lord just didn't leave them there. He made clothes for them and dressed them, setting them up for the journey ahead. And I think that's the heart of the prodigal son story, isn't it? When the father saw the son who had walked away, who had lived this life of debauchery, when he saw him coming back, he ran to him, embraced the son, kissed him, and then commanded the servants to bring a fine robe and to put a ring on him. Yes, he'd made a mistake, a grave mistake, but God doesn't give up on us. The parable, I think, is a parable of hearts. And I think we find 4 hearts in the parable. First of all, there's the son we call the prodigal son. "Give me the share of the estate that would come to me," the son says to the father. In other words, he's saying, "I wish you were dead. Give me what would come to me from your estate if you were dead." And then he walked away from his father, from the land that God gave them, and he ended up living a life of debauchery that ended in absolute misery, ended up working with pigs. And for the Jewish people, this was as bad as you could get. His heart was just a heart of lust, a heart that just wanted to self-gratify himself. But then there was that heart that realized what a mistake he had. And that's the second heart, the heart that journeyed back, realizing that the Father was merciful, and even if he just treats me as one of his hired hands, I'll still be a lot better off. It still wasn't that fullness of heart, but it was the start of a new heart. Then we get the heart of the older brother, who was wild when his brother came back and there was a party. He had a heart that centered on his entitlement. I've obeyed everything you've said. I've done everything for you. And you've never given me a kid, a baby goat to celebrate with my friends. And he refused to go in. It's a heart that was closed, a heart that was again just centered on himself. And then there's the heart of the father. And the father's the real hero of the story. The father who recognized in his younger son that he had to go away, he had to grow up, he had to have this experience, and was generous in giving him half the estate and letting him go, giving that freedom. But the heart that never gave up on him, that was looking out for him, searching him out, and then the sheer joy, rejoicing when the son returned, and the foolishness of the Father's heart. You know, for a Jewish father to lift up his garments and run to the boy after what he had done was sheer madness, sheer foolishness. But that's the heart of our God. The heart of our God who sent his Son as one of us. His Son who stretches his hands out on a cross to offer mercy to us all. It was the same mercy that was offered to the oldest brother. Come in and celebrate. I want you here as well. Today is a story of hearts. So where's your heart? Who do you identify with in the parable? Do you have a heart that expects God to do you a favour? Have you got a heart that's lusting after your own things? Or have you got a heart that's on its journey back to the Father? Maybe still a long way off, maybe closer. Or a heart like the Father that is rich in mercy and tenderness, and doesn't look to faults and failings, but looks to that joy of being reunited with those we love. As we continue our Lenten journey, let's once again look into our hearts, look into the heart of our God, and pray for the grace that our hearts might mirror more and more the heart of our God. Have a great day. God bless you all.